on the Tuesday was ignored, and I said, well, fair enough, but we are not, as the tribe, I'm not supporting that because it's not been opened up to the group. Pure and simple. If it was open to, so basically, I think to answer your question, the dividing line is you need to open it up to the group, to the tribe, not just to your personal hub, as it were. That's brilliant. Thank you.
Hey, Hagar.
Sorry, can you say your name, please? Because a lot of times we don't know.
Hagar.
Hagar.
From the Bible. Or in Arab, Hajar. I still don't understand what the problem that they will do the workshop, and only the 3 people that was available to join them will join them, and other people can create that the same thing and open it for everyone, like they can go on with what they're doing.
Yeah, the workshop, as far as I'm concerned, is still going ahead. Whoever wants to go to this workshop will go to the workshop. It's not we. Who are we to say you can't have the workshop? We haven't said you can't have it, but it hasn't fitted into our principles for a workshop for the tribe to be supporting. Yeah, because it hasn't been offered out to the tribe. We haven't all been given the chance to go and offer our survival skills in this workshop. Pure and simple. We haven't all been offered the chance to say, okay, well, what date is Friday's not good for me, because we was actually going to do a gardening group. No one asked anybody anything. It was Friday, end of story. We need to have more leeway for more people to be able to be involved, really.
But what the problem to just let them go with that and
We're just letting them go, but we are not supporting it.
supporting with money, you mean?
No, supporting it as a tribe, because it's not something that we are saying, right, well, you know, and I've said you go to it because it's already part of the thing, but it's not something that I'm saying, well, yeah, that workshop is something I'm really behind, because it hasn't allowed me to be behind it.
Okay, but you can tell them, okay, learn, practice stuff and bring it to the group. We want all to learn. I don't understand why you demand
the workshop's got nothing to do with any of this.
It's not just that, there was other things. Now, the name, there's a whole thing around it. I didn't really want to, but this whole renaming of the tribe, it wasn't passed through. There's a whole ethos being looked at. The tribe, there's no other option being shown. You can't just say, right, we are now going to be walking this way, but other people want to walk this way, and you haven't been given the option. You've got to give people the option. This is what we're about. So this is why, you know, you've got to cut things. If things are bad that way, you cut it. Now, what it was to be cut was there was a think tank set up to assist us. This think tank did not assist us, it actually caused all this problem. So we wanted to stop the think tank. It shouldn't have spilled over into the group. It should have just kept in the think tank. There were only 12 people.
It was like a brainstorm of ideas.
Yeah, a brainstorming group.
Okay.
A brainstorming group for ideas, think tank. But this then brewed over into the main tribe. It didn't need to, it shouldn't have done. But it did brew over, so we don't, you know, transparency, this, that and the other. So it had to come out. I said, as I said in the beginning, I was coming here to explain why this action was taken. And now I've come to explain, and I need to, the reason is that we need to really be 100% transparent. If 3 people can decide to have a workshop, then fine. But that's not supported and been agreed to by the whole group.
Okay, great. Sorry, can I?
Sorry, Leon.
Thank you very much. Okay.
I took it there.
So first of all, I just wanted to say how much I love this group, and I love Rirez, and I love Eddie, and I really think that we're all here, we're all in this for the same reasons and together, and this is really painful for me, and I think we're all hurting with this. No one likes us. No one likes us to be having to have these discussions. At the end of the day, this is where we are, and we need to have these discussions, and they are very important discussions to have. Now, I think we all know where we are in terms of the evolution of the soul and the fact that we've come through a very long dark cycle, and now we've got the age of Aquarius, and we're now moving into a strong feminine cycle that is network communicated. So we've come from a masculine dark cycle, we're moving to a feminine light creative cycle. That's just where we are. And the point is, we're moving out of me and into we.
Yep.
And that's where we are now. And that's why what we are doing now is sort of very important in terms of creating a network of people and how it works. And the main difference is it's quite visual. It's a difference between a pyramid, which is quite masculine, and an upside down pyramid, which is quite feminine. And what we are now is a network. It's like a net. That's the way the new thinking is going, towards a community. A community is a net. No one part of the net is more important than the other. And that is what we move towards, and that is the understanding of we. Not one person can be left behind.
Thank you.
Not one person. So we have to resolve it properly, and I believe that we can. And I think that this is important, that we can use this as a growing opportunity, and that we can all learn to look at ourselves and our reactions and how we've chosen to react to all of these things that have happened. So, having said that, I'd like to put this into context and say, okay, let's look at this. What has happened? And I really am trying to understand how what they've done is so bad that they have to be excommunicated. And I'm listening to all of the discussions and all of the things being put forward. And what I've heard is that they've created a workshop that was not approved and they've named the groups. These are things that can be dealt with and should be dealt with. And can I get a new mic, please? Can I have a new mic? This one's battery is dying.
Oh, okay, I'll get a new batteries for it.
So you know, you were talking, and I planned this before, and this metaphor.
Take that. I'll get some new
The
batteries
metaphor
for the
of amputation. And really, excommunication is amputation of a limb. Now, when you understand the concept of we, and not one single one left behind, you understand that amputation is your very ultimate last resort. The thing is gangrenous, and it's threatening to kill the entire organization. Kill the entire organization. I do not personally believe that having a workshop that was unapproved was worthy of cutting off the whole thing. So, and wait.
So just a workshop.
So I know, I realize, but I haven't been given the full information. So from what the information I've been given, this is what I'm hearing. Okay, and it's I do think we can work through this. So the thing is, the think tank was the problem. Great, we removed the think tank. The people are still the people. They're still my brothers and sisters, my very good friends. And I think cutting them off is such a very harsh consequence. And to me, that consequence is much harsher than running a work. So first of all, the threat needs to, the punishment needs to be suited to the threat. And the threat is not to the death of the organization. I haven't finished yet, I haven't quite finished. So the threat to the death of the organization. And then, who's made the decision to excommunicate them? So there are 3 people that have made a decision to, and I don't know how many people have been excommunicated, but
6.
now another 3 people have said that this entire tribe, this whole network of people must cut off the limb because they said so, but I'm not seeing the reason why, and I love you guys, and I do want this to work out, but can we take the chopping block, can we take the excommunication off the table first and work out, like Leo very cleverly suggested, we need to have a conflict resolution thing, and also we need to understand the structure. So it used to be that we had a network, we used to run, that you have a group of elders, and we all understand that those are the group of elders, and that is where the decision making to excommunicate members takes place, and it's in a group of people that we all trust and we understand. And I think that it needs to move into some kind of format like that. We need to have some kind of something. Okay, that's my thoughts.
Thank you, Leo,
and I love
Leon. Yeah,
I think we can go through this.
Leon, you know we've got a great. Thank you.
I'll take
Please.
I think that...
Hello?
Yes. Yes. I really felt also very, very sad, and that's why I left.
in that one.
Because I think this is something that the Cabal wants. They want to separate us.
Yeah, I'm hearing
We
you.
need to do this.
And we have to unify us together. And what is important in this moment, what happened at